Is creatine safe for teens? The truth behind the supplement trend, 2025. The internet is currently buzzing with excitement over creatine, a supplement that has caught the attention of both teenagers and their mothers navigating perimenopause. But what does this mean for our youth? Creatine is becoming a popular choice among various age groups, and it's essential to understand the implications of this trend. Social media platforms are flooded with claims about the advantages of creatine, and while some of these assertions are indeed supported by credible scientific research, it's crucial to approach them with caution. Creatine has been the subject of extensive studies and has been utilized by athletes for many years to enhance muscle mass and athletic performance. However, it's important to note that, like many supplements, creatine is not regulated by the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, which raises concerns about the safety and quality of the products available on the market. Furthermore, the majority of research conducted on creatine has primarily focused on adult populations, leaving a gap in knowledge regarding its effects on teenagers. So, is creatine safe for adolescents? According to registered dietitian Amy Stevens, who specializes in sports nutrition and works with the New York University Athletic Department, creatine can be safe for teens, but it's vital to carefully consider the potential benefits against the associated risks. Here's what you need to know about this supplement. What exactly is creatine? Creatine is a naturally occurring substance in the body, composed of 3 amino acids, arginine, glycine, and methionine. It is synthesized by the liver, kidneys, and pancreas, and is primarily stored in muscle tissue. Creatine plays a crucial role in the production of adenosine triphosphate, ATP, which is often referred to as the body's energy currency. While the body can produce creatine, it can also be obtained from dietary sources, particularly from animal-based foods like red meat and fish. Most individuals, including teenagers, can maintain adequate creatine levels through their diet. However, many athletes choose to supplement with creatine, particularly in the form of creatine monohydrate, to enhance their performance in specific types of physical activities. Dr. Laura Goldberg, a pediatric sports medicine specialist, explains that creatine is one of the most researched ergogenic aids available. It increases phosphocreatine stores in skeletal muscles, which in turn boosts ATP production during high-intensity exercises such as sprinting and weightlifting. Research indicates that creatine supplementation can lead to improvements in muscle mass, strength, power, and endurance. Why are teens interested in creatine? The primary motivation for many teenagers to consider creatine supplementation is the desire to increase muscle strength and size. Research indicates that when used appropriately and in conjunction with consistent resistance training, creatine can result in a 6 to 10% increase in lifting strength over a 5-week period. For instance, a teenager who can bench press 100 pounds might be able to increase that to 110 pounds with the help of creatine. Additionally, creatine may provide a performance advantage in high-intensity sports that require quick bursts of strength, such as football or sprinting. It may also aid in faster recovery from muscle soreness following intense workouts. However, it's important to note that there is little evidence to support the use of creatine for endurance sports like running or swimming. Despite the promising research, most studies have focused on adults, and the effects of creatine supplementation on developing teenage bodies may differ. Stevens points out that while some studies have shown benefits, many have small sample sizes and lack long-term data specific to adolescents. A recent review of over 9,000 journal articles on creatine supplementation in teens aged 11 to 18 found that the overall quality of existing research is poor and inconsistent. The rising trend of creatine use. Historically, creatine has been more popular among male athletes, particularly bodybuilders and football players. Recent data indicates that creatine use among teenagers is still more prevalent in boys than girls. According to the University of Michigan's latest Monitoring the Future report, which surveys substance use among 25,000 U.S. secondary school students annually, there has been a noticeable increase in creatine use in the 5 years following the pandemic. In the most recent survey, 13% of 12th graders reported using creatine in the past year, along with 11.7% of 10th graders and 4.6% of 8th graders. Researchers speculate that this rise may be linked to the increased interest in fitness and weightlifting that emerged during the pandemic's social distancing measures. The gender gap in creatine use is evident, with 22% of 12th grade boys having used creatine compared to just 4% of girls. Among 10th graders, 19% of boys reported using it, while only 3.6% of girls did. However, this divide may be less pronounced among competitive athletes, where a global study found that 72% of male elite teen athletes and 28% of female athletes reported using creatine to enhance their performance. Dr. Goldberg emphasizes the need for further research on both adolescent and female athletes, noting that creatine may offer health benefits beyond athletic performance, particularly for women post-menopause, who are at a higher risk of losing muscle mass as they age. Is creatine safe for teenagers? While creatine can be safe for teenage athletes, especially those engaged in strength or power sports, there are numerous reasons to consider skipping it. For active teens who are already training diligently, eating a balanced diet, and getting sufficient sleep, creatine may provide a slight performance enhancement. However, for the majority of teenagers, it's more beneficial to focus on foundational aspects such as nutrition, sleep, exercise, and recovery. From a psychological perspective, it's crucial for teens to understand their body's capabilities before introducing any supplements. The American Academy of Pediatrics, AAP, does not endorse the use of performance-enhancing supplements for individuals under 18, citing insufficient research demonstrating benefits for younger athletes and the lack of FDA regulation. A significant concern regarding creatine, as with all dietary supplements, is quality control. Since supplements are not regulated by the FDA in the same manner as prescription medications, there is a risk that some products may contain undisclosed ingredients or may not match the label's claims. Contamination is also a potential issue. Additionally, it's essential to be aware of possible side effects associated with creatine use, which can include temporary weight gain, typically between 1 to 3 pounds in teens, and the fact that it is not recommended for individuals with pre-existing kidney conditions. Guidelines for safe creatine use. If your teenager is considering trying creatine, here are some tips to ensure their safety. Engage in a conversation. If your teen expresses interest in creatine, use this as an opportunity to discuss nutrition, training, and overall health. If you have concerns about their eating or exercise habits, consider consulting a health professional. Consult a healthcare provider. It's wise to check with your teen's healthcare provider before starting any supplement. The typical recommended dosage for creatine monohydrate is around 3 to 5 grams per day. Taking it alongside carbohydrates or protein may enhance absorption. Incorporate dietary sources. Encourage your teen to obtain creatine from healthy food sources, such as red meat, beef or lamb, pork, poultry, and fish, especially herring, salmon, and tuna. Or, choose third-party tested products. Opt for creatine products that have been evaluated by independent third parties to ensure quality and safety. Look for certifications from reputable organizations like USP, Informed Sport, or NSF Certified for Sport. Select creatine monohydrate. This is the most researched and studied form of creatine supplement available. Avoid the loading phase. While some adults may begin with a higher initial dose to build up creatine stores, experts agree that this is unnecessary for teens. Take breaks. Consider cycling off creatine every few months to evaluate whether supplementation is still needed. Emphasize the importance of hydration, sleep, and a healthy diet in enhancing performance. In conclusion, while creatine may offer some benefits, it's essential to approach its use with caution, especially for teenagers. What are your thoughts on the rising trend of creatine use among teens? Do you believe the potential benefits outweigh the risks? Share your opinions in the comments. Should you take creatine even if you don't work out? Experts explain. Creatine isn't just for fitness enthusiasts. Could it transform your health? While creatine is a superstar in strength training, its benefits stretch far beyond the gym. This energy-producing compound, naturally found in muscles in the brain, is now getting attention for cognitive health, hormonal stability, and healthy aging. Even if you're not chasing deadlifts, experts say supplementation could be a game-changer for everyday wellness. Board-certified physician and fitness expert Gabrielle Lyon, DO, and sports nutritionist Dana White, RDN, explain why creatine matters for everyone, especially women, who often consume smaller portions of creatine-rich foods like red meat, fish, or dairy. Here's why you might consider adding it to your routine, even without fitness goals. Boosting brain power. Supplementing with creatine might supercharge cognitive function. Studies suggest it enhances tasks requiring concentration, memory, and problem-solving. It even helps people tackle mentally draining math problems faster in one research. Plus, combining it with exercise shows promise in fighting age-related brain fog. Research indicates it could help manage neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. But more studies are needed. Balancing hormones naturally. During the menstrual cycle, hormone fluctuations can dip natural creatine levels. Supplements keep these levels steadier, smoothing out energy crashes. However, hormonal chaos during pregnancy or menopause may also affect creatine. While early research hints it might help, always consult a healthcare provider before using it if you're expecting or postpartum. Fueling daily energy, creatine boosts ATP production, your muscle's instant energy source. It shines during bursts of effort like heavy lifting or sprinting. But what about mundane tasks like hauling groceries? Theory suggests it might give a subtle energy uplift for everyday activities, since muscles work even without gym time. That extra creative support could make a difference, say the experts. A potential mental health breakthrough. Early studies make a bold claim. Creatine might ease depressive symptoms. In a 2025 trial, pairing it with therapy reduced depression scores more effectively than therapy alone. It may work by enhancing brain energy and protecting neurons. More research is needed, but for those struggling with mood disorders, this could be a hopeful development. How to use creatine safely. Opt for creatine monohydrate, the most researched form. Look for third-party certifications like NSF Certified for Sport to ensure purity. Most women should take 3 to 5 grams daily. While timing isn't crucial, pairing it with carbs might boost absorption. Mix it with water, juice, or post-workout snacks. Expert picks. Thorne Creatine Monohydrate, Optimum Nutrition Micronized Creatine Monohydrate, Force Factor Creatine Gummies. But here's the big question. Should non-athletes prioritize creatine? While the science is promising, it's not a cure-all. Healthy eating remains essential. However, if you're considering supplementation, choose high-quality products and consult a professional, especially during life changes like pregnancy. The experts leave us with food for thought. Could this simple supplement become the unsung hero of holistic health? Share your take. Have you tried creatine outside of fitness goals? How did it work for you? Why experts recommend creatine for everyone, not just athletes. Why you should consider creatine, even if you're not an athlete. Creatine is no longer just a supplement for gym goers. It's becoming a significant topic in the broader health dialogue. Previously linked exclusively to muscle growth, this remarkable molecule is now acknowledged for its vital functions in brain health, aging, and energy metabolism. Research indicates that creatine can be advantageous for everyone, not just those who engage in sports, by enhancing cognitive abilities, helping to maintain muscle mass as we age, and providing cellular energy during stressful situations. Despite ongoing misconceptions, extensive studies reveal that creatine is safe and often underutilized, particularly among individuals who eat little to no meat or fish. The most astonishing fact? Creatine might be one of the most crucial and frequently overlooked supplements for overall health. The broader health benefits of creatine. Creatine, which is well known among athletes for its ability to boost strength and power, is now being recognized for its extensive health benefits. According to Dr. Richard Kreider, a professor and the director of the Exercise Sport Nutrition Lab at Texas A&M University, the advantages of creatine extend well beyond just improving athletic performance. Researchers have been investigating creatine for many years and have discovered that it plays a vital role in cellular energy production. This naturally occurring substance is stored in our muscles, where it combines with phosphate to form creatine phosphate, a compound that provides energy to cells throughout the body. Dr. Kreider explains, when the body experiences stress, such as during exercise or under certain metabolic conditions, creatine phosphate becomes essential for maintaining energy levels in cells. This leads to numerous protective and health benefits, in addition to the performance enhancements observed in exercise. How much creatine should you consume? Our bodies naturally produce about 1 gram of creatine daily, but experts recommend a daily intake of 2 to 4 grams, depending on factors like muscle mass and activity levels. Dr. Kreider notes that most individuals do not obtain sufficient creatine from their diets alone, with meat and fish being the primary dietary sources. The need for supplementation. Dr. Kreider points out, you only get about 1 gram of creatine per pound of red meat or fish, such as salmon, making it both costly and calorie-dense to obtain adequate amounts through diet alone. This highlights the importance of supplementation, particularly for vegetarians and vegans who may not consume enough creatine. For athletes aiming for performance improvements, Kreider suggests a loading phase of 5 grams, 4 times a day for a week. This supplementation helps saturate the muscles with energy, enhancing high-intensity workouts, recovery, and even cognitive function. Following this initial phase, a daily intake of 5 to 10 grams is recommended to maintain creatine levels and support brain function. Creatine's role in aging and cognitive health. Creatine is not just beneficial for athletes, it is crucial for everyone as they age. Kreider emphasizes that it can assist older adults in combating muscle loss and cognitive decline. Additionally, in adolescence, insufficient dietary creatine is linked to slower growth, reduced muscle mass, and increased body fat. Is creatine safe for everyone? A thorough review published in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition involved an analysis of 685 clinical trials on creatine supplementation to evaluate its safety and the occurrence of side effects. The findings indicated no significant differences in side effects between participants taking creatine and those receiving a placebo. Addressing myths and misunderstandings. Regarding common concerns such as bloating or cramping, Dr. Kreider asserts that these claims do not hold up under scientific scrutiny. In fact, studies have shown that creatine can help prevent cramping by promoting fluid retention in the body. Despite the robust evidence supporting its safety and efficacy, Kreider notes that creatine has been plagued by misconceptions and misinformation. He is part of a group within the International Society of Sports Nutrition that recently issued a statement reaffirming the safety and effectiveness of creatine, urging policymakers not to impose restrictions on its availability. There is absolutely no data supporting any negative side effects that have been reported about creatine on the internet and in the media, he states. Creatine is safe and essential for everyone, not just bodybuilders and athletes. Join the conversation. What are your thoughts on creatine? Do you believe it should be more widely accepted as a health supplement for everyone? Share your opinions in the comments below.